Nigeria. It's one of the wealthiest countries in Africa, but since 2009, it's been facing an insurrection in the north from a group called Boko Haram. I traveled to Nigeria to embed with the country's army as it ramped up its fight against Boko Haram. As the only journalist on the front lines, I arrived at a unit located less than a kilometer away from enemy forces. As we settled in for our first night in country, we quickly discovered how frequently this unit engages in combat. For me, the first indication that there's enemy activity is, or that there's a threat detected, is I hear one of these guns shooting a shell. So you do this every night, pretty much?
Every night.
So they just blasted off a 122 millimeter shell. They shot it, I think they said, almost 9 kilometers downrange into enemy territory.
The most important thing is that once we sight them, either they are vehicle or they are motorcycle, we have to fire the general area.
It's very effective, yes?
Very, very effective.
Scared me. Nigeria is almost equally divided along religious lines. The country's southern region is predominantly Christian and is home to oil and a thriving economy. The north of the country, on the other hand, has a majority Muslim population. With minimal natural resources, the north is extremely poor. Couple that with the lack of government presence, and it's become a breeding ground for the rise of radical Islam. In 2002, Muslim cleric Muhammad Yusuf founded the group Boko Haram. The name loosely translates to Western education is forbidden. So Muhammad Yusuf, the founder, grew up right over there.
Yes.
And then his mosque is right here.
Yeah.
And so this is literally where Boko Haram started.
Yes.
And you know, most of these young men ended up killing their parents.
What?
Their parents, their families, their friends. They have a list. They go one after another.
In 2009, after Nigerian security forces killed Yusuf, his deputy, the more radical Abu Bakar Shakal, took over the group and violence increased exponentially.
Danger.
They bombed the UN headquarters in Nigeria's capital city Abuja in 2011, but the group was still largely unknown outside of Nigeria. It wasn't until 2014, with the abduction of nearly 300 schoolgirls from Chibok town in Borno State, that Boko Haram drew international attention and condemnation.
My husband and I are outraged and heartbroken over the kidnapping of more than 200 Nigerian girls from their school dormitory in the middle of the night.
The Bring Back Our Girls campaign was extremely successful at increasing awareness of Boko Haram. Unfortunately, it did almost nothing to prevent further attacks, and Boko Haram continued to terrorize northern Nigeria, causing thousands of refugees to flee their homes in rural areas and head to the city of Maiduguri. I met one family who's living among a community of refugees.
My name is Bukar Mohammed. This is Aliyu Bukar. This is Mohammed Bukar.
And this is the smallest one.
Alaji Mohammed.
Bukar's entire family was abducted by Boko Haram. They managed to escape by fleeing into the bush.
I had a gunshot. I said, what? I was thinking maybe soldiers, armies now. So the gunshot was too much. I said, no, this thing will not be an army.
When you left for Niger and they were in Damasak, they were captured by Boko Haram?
Yeah, they were captured by Boko Haram.
Right. And your wife, she was detained along with many other women?
Yeah,
with all the other women
many,
in one house?
Yes.
To mun sati kusan uku a hannunsu sai suka ce to mu tafi yau, wanda zai tafi ya tafi, wanda zai iya zama ya zauna. To mun shiga jeji muna gudu ma suka fara harbi mu da bindigar jeji din. Muna gudu muka je kan iyaka din, sai sojoji Nijar su ma sun fito sun zo suna ce tunda an kore mu ba za mu kiku ba.
And your son, they sent to
Oh yes, training camp. When the boy jumped over the fence, so he said he must go and see his mommy.
So he escaped.
Fortunately, just escaped.
What is the effect of Boko Haram being on northern Nigeria?
These people, they are just dead. You can't say they are doing it for religious purposes. No. Yes, they are just stable. They are doing it honestly. They can kill the Christians, they can kill the Muslims. They can just do it anyhow.
You said that things are difficult for you now. You're having trouble sleeping, and you said you're not thinking.
Now it's true. It's true, because I've been thinking of how they came and disturbed me from where I'm living. I've been drinking. It's only my brothers that can help me eating food. You know, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy.
Outside, I met Elijah, who was also a victim of Boko Haram.
So these people came inside two vans around the side, and beneath were bombs. So one of the bombs erupted and killed so many children like this. After the first bomb, some of my children, my child and some of his colleagues, they all run to rescue the victims of that bomb blast. So as a result of them withdrawing or evacuating the dead bodies, the second bomb erupted and killed almost all of them. We lost up to 35 youths,
Including your son.
including my son.
And why did Boko Haram attack this area?
They attacked because they targeted populations. They are targeting populations, gatherings of people. Wherever there is a crowd, that's their target.
You said